Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It is almost clobbering time in AEW as CM Punk has returned to professional wrestling after 7 long years. Now he says he's heard the chants, he's heard the CM Punk chants all these years, and now he's back. And before he has his first match back against Darby Allin at All Out in September, I wanted to talk about some other matches that I hope we get to see now that he's back in wrestling, and hopefully we get to see these matches in AEW. Obviously, I'm not going through the Forbidden Door right now because he has said in interviews that he wants to focus on AEW for right now. But hey, if Tony Khan wants him to go do the G1, he might go do the G1, which would be a really big get for New Japan Pro Wrestling if that could happen. Now, the idea, let's talk about the Darby Allin match for a bit. That's happening at All Out. That should be a good match for Punk to get, back into the ring in front of a live crowd, because we all know he's probably training in a ring somewhere, probably in Chicago. And he has been making the appearances on Dynamite, and I believe he's going to be back on Rampage this Friday. So it's good that they're getting him in the TV. It's obviously popping the ratings for them, and that's phenomenal. That's great. The match with Darby Allin, I think it'll be okay. Obviously, I don't see Darby winning here. It's CM Punk's first match back in 7 years. I definitely think he goes over here. It's going to make Darby look like $1 million, though. There's no doubt in my mind. Maybe we get some interactions between Sting and CM Punk. That'd be pretty interesting. But let's talk about some matches that I'm interested to see. And let's see. And I've got 5. I got 5 matches. This isn't like a top 5 kind of thing. It could be, because I'm going in order by how much I want to see them. But we'll call it that. It's a top 5 dream matches. Not dream matches. Top 5 matches that I want to see now that Punk is in AEW and he has returned to wrestling. Alright, let's go. Up first, I would love to see a program. It doesn't have to be a long one, but a decent program between CM Punk and Andrade. I think the two of them would be pretty well matched in the ring. I just think the chemistry that they could have could be really good. It could make, first of all, a lot of good matches. Maybe at that point, maybe Andrade captures the TNT title, so that'd be an interesting match. Will Punk even go for a TNT title, or will he just be a world title guy? So that'd be interesting. I think Andrade and CM Punk would be a really good matchup, especially early on. Now that Punk is back, that might be a good, maybe first or second good feud for him after Darby, obviously. But Andrade would be one of my picks. Up next, I definitely think that this guy is going to be a star in the future. He already is, but I think his stock is just going to continue to rise as AEW continues to grow. And that is Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy, I think him and CM Punk would have a really good match. I'm not sure the story you would do there between the two of them. It could just be Punk wanting to, face some fresh blood, somebody, one of these up and comers. He wants to see if he can hang with the new generation coming up. That could be the story. But when it comes to just the in-ring work, I think Punk and Jungle Boy would have a phenomenal couple of matches. I could see maybe them having 4 or 5 good matches together before obviously they move on to other programs. But Jungle Boy, I think, would be a really, really good pick. Okay, and next, I think this match is on a lot of people's lists, but it's also going to be on my list as well. Hangman Adam Page. I think Hangman Adam Page is a future multi-time AEW champion once they decide to finally pull the trigger on the man. He's kind of just been floundering around. I know long-term storytelling. I know, I get it. But man, I really want to see Adam Page get a good win in a feud here. And I think him having a program with CM Punk would be really, really good. Maybe it could lead up to an eventual world title match with Omega or somebody, whoever's the champion at that time. Maybe Page wants to prove himself that he can hang with the best in the world, so he goes after CM Punk. Maybe on his way to, Omega. Because I don't see Omega losing the AEW title at All Out. I'm sorry. I love Christian to death, and Christian Cage, and I'm happy he won the Impact World title. But I just don't see them taking the AEW title off of Kenny Omega right now. It's just I just think he's not the guy for that accomplishment. He could be. Hey, and if he is, that's phenomenal. I love Christian. I absolutely love Christian. But when it comes to just storytelling, he's got the Impact title. That's great. Maybe he does win the AEW title down the line. But right now, I think everybody sees it. But I really want to see Paige be the one to take that title from Omega. And maybe they even tie in some Dark Order stuff. I don't know if Dark Order and Adam Page, are they officially done? Or are they going to kind of, be in and out again? Who knows? But maybe you tie that in there, and maybe we finally get, CM Punk versus Colt Cabana or something. Maybe we figure out what's going on with that. But I definitely think Punk and Adam Page could headline a pay-per-view somewhere down the line, and I don't think anybody would complain whatsoever. All right, I got 2 more on this list, and I definitely think this one, for the promos alone, just they could run weeks of promos back and forth, and I would be glued to the TV watching this. And that would be Eddie Kingston. You thought I was going to say Jon Moxley, right? That'd be a good alternative. But Eddie Kingston. I think Eddie Kingston and CM Punk just going back and forth on the microphone and just maybe a couple series of matches. Maybe I could see Eddie Kingston being the first one to beat Punk since he's been back. I think that'd be really, really interesting. Because Punk's going to lose eventually. He's got to lose to somebody. And I think Eddie Kingston would be a really interesting choice to see that happen, and I think it would be pretty phenomenal. I just think the promo work between the two of them, just give them a live mic, give them 10 minutes, send them out there, and I feel like they would give us a lot of sound bites. They'd give us a lot of trending videos on YouTube or Twitter or whatever. I think they could have a really good back and forth, and the ring work will obviously be fine as well. But for this particular program, I'm focused more on the promos between the two of them. I just think it would be really good. I don't think there's a lot of people in AEW currently who could hang with CM Punk on a promo in front of a hot crowd. I'm sure there'll be some people who do well, but I'm talking about like hang with him and who's willing to like go back and forth with him. I think Eddie Kingston could be that dude, because Eddie Kingston is that dude, I think it would be a phenomenal matchup. And now, my number one choice for a match, a program, a series of events, whatever, would be, I think Cody Rhodes and CM Punk would have a great match. Cody Rhodes would come out with all of his pyro, adrenaline in my soul, something, Cody Rhodes, blah, 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 and all that stuff. I'm kidding. I'm 100% kidding. Cody is not my number one choice. Yeah, okay, they can have a match. I'm sure it'll be fine. But that is not my number one match. My number one match for CM Punk back in AEW is against Malachi Black. Tommy End, formerly known as Aleister Black. I think just in the ring, those two, we've already seen some pictures online that they've shared on Instagram. I think it was Instagram, where they were training together. I just think, my goodness, as soon as I saw Punk return, the first name that popped in my head was Malachi. Especially now that he's a heel and he's playing this evil character, man. Oof, I could totally see him hitting that black mass and just dropping Punk. And then Punk having to figure out a way to beat Malachi. That could be a feud for a couple of months. I could see them trading matches a couple of months down the road, and man, that would be awesome. Then they can do some awesome storytelling. I know Punk's big into the horror movies, and I think they could really do some good promo work, maybe some cinematic. Hell, they could have a cinematic match mixed in with that program, and man, I just think the creativity. You take two minds like Malachi and CM Punk, who are very creative and they can think outside of the box. I definitely think the two of them would just create magic. Imagine if it's down the line. Say CM Punk becomes the AEW World Champion, like he's probably going to eventually. What if Malachi's the one that takes it off of him? Just bow, boom, and then they trade going back and forth over a couple of month sequence or something. I just think them two, that would be my number one match that I would want to see CM Punk in. Even if it's just one match. Obviously, I would love to see a longer program. But just if we could have just one match between the two of them, I could imagine that one being one that goes down in the books for a long time. But yeah, those are my picks. Those are my picks for matches I'd love to see CM Punk be involved in now that he's back in professional wrestling, now that he's back in the world of pro wrestling, not sports entertainment. I think it would be really fun. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Comment some matches that you would want to see CM Punk in now that he has returned to wrestling. Maybe you disagree with some of my matches and you don't think that they'd be good TV. So let me know down in the comments below. It'd be love to get some discussion going around about that. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumb. That would be great. That helps with the algorithms and all that stuff. And hey, if you're new here, subscribe, because I'm gonna try to do more wrestling content on this channel and whatever else I feel like doing. But yeah, link in the description, all my social media. All right, y'all take care. I'll see you guys in the next video, and it's clobbering time.
Do I have everybody's attention now?